Yo, what is good, YouTube? We're back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure y'all hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We've been going crazy, super consistent on the uploads. Today's a double upload day. I know y'all see that. Don't see that very often, but we are uploading every single day this month, so make sure you guys put on your notifications so you see every single video I post. Hey, yeah. Getting into it, today we're going over the best snipe filters. I do this video every week. This week is going to be the longest of all of them that I've done. I think this is the third week in a row that I've done this. So this is going to be the longest one. We have the most players in this one, and I think this one right here is going to be a dub. So starting out, the first snipe filter is going to be Dark Matter Draymond Green. I promise you, this video gets good. This is the most MT potentially you can make out of all of the ones I've dropped so far, because there's just so many amazing options that you can put time into and just make a ton of MT. But the first one's going to be Dark Matter Draymond Green. This card's kind of all over the place. I've seen him up, not being even a buyout. I've seen him drop to 85. I've seen him go back up to 95. It seems like right now he's kind of dropped back lower a little bit, which is good because that means more people are going to be throwing him up for even cheaper. So it seems like he's sitting, I guess he's sitting around 86. It just told me no, but so he's sitting around the 85 to 86 range. So with this card, I mean, really, if you could buy anything under, I would say under 75. If he's at 85, buy anything under 75. Obviously, you'll lose 10%. Try to keep it under 70. There are a lot of them getting thrown up right now. A lot of people are pulling these packs. And obviously, you get so many of them that people just want to get rid of them. So if it's at 85, anything under 75, I would buy it because it's guaranteed profit. Anything under 70 is like you have to buy that at that point. That's gonna make you some pretty good MT. If you grab a couple of them, that's a big dub. Moving on to the second snipe filter now. It is going to be with these play-in and playoff challenges that they're dropping. A lot of cards have gone up in price to specific players, and that is why this video right here is going to make you so much MT. So Spencer Dinwiddie right now, he's sitting around 6,500 in terms of his actual value, because a lot of people are trying to do these challenges. So he actually went down just a little bit. So it seems like he's around 6,250. So if you can grab this card for anything under 5K, it's instant profit. And there's a lot of them being thrown up because people are buying them. They're doing the challenges with the play-in, and they're throwing them right back up. And they're throwing them up for cheaper because they want them to sell quickly. So they're throwing them up for cheap. You can grab them. You can either do your challenges if you need to, or just throw them right back up, because there's so many people that are looking for these cards right now that if you throw them back up, they'll sell super quick. I sniped the Precious Achua the other day, which we're going to get into. I'll explain it more when we get to it. But these cards right here are great because, 2K would drop in those challenges. You do need a lot of these cards. And yeah. Now is when we're going to get into the Precious Achua. I actually sniped one of these cards the other day for, I think, 17. No, this one was like, I think I sniped them for like 2,500. Was able to do my challenge and sell them back. And as you can see, any variation of these cards, it doesn't matter what variation of Dinwiddie you buy or Precious Achua or any of the upcoming ones. The cheapest Precious Achua card, which, like I said, for the challenge, it can be any Precious card. So it doesn't matter which one you snipe. As you see, the cheapest one is almost 14,000. I had sniped one for 2,500. There's a ton of them being thrown up for cheap because some people don't even know these challenges exist. And then the ones that do know they exist and have them want to get rid of them. So you could, I've sat on these filters, this one specifically, and I think in an hour I've probably seen 20 to 25 that were 10K or under. And that right there is going to make you a ton of MT, right? That's actually the reason why I was able to get Ben Simmons, is because they dropped these. That when they dropped those challenges, these cards went up so much that when I started sniping them, I mean, I just made a ton of MT, and that got me Ben Simmons. So anything under, if he's at 14, anything under 12, I would definitely buy it, because that is going to be a big money maker. Anything under 10 is a huge dub. Coming in at the next slot is going to be Jayson Tatum. Another instance of these cards that are just super expensive right now. Cards that, just are going to make you a lot of MT. You need them for the challenges. People have to buy these cards, and they know how much MT they paid for it, so they're throwing them back up after. They'll throw them up for cheaper because they don't want them to sit on the auction block. They want their MT back. As you can see, the most expensive one is his Ruby. Like I said, it doesn't matter which variation of the card it is. If it's sitting at 11, then really anything under 9 is going to be a snipe for this. I've seen plenty of these. I sniped one of these yesterday for around 5k, so you will see plenty of them thrown up, and I know they'll be even cheaper. I was only on this filter for maybe 5-10 minutes, and I got one for 5 and one for 8, so that's both of those right there were dubs. That filter's gonna be a dub. That one, the Precious, and the Dinwiddie one, I would really focus on those 3. Those are gonna be great filters that are gonna grab you a lot of MT. Coming in next is going to be actually Jayson Tatum's teammate, Jaylen Brown. This one is obviously another instance of him being in the challenges, and people need this card, so they're going up in price. This one was actually one of the cheaper ones. He's around 6,000. So say you don't have 10,000 MT yet, which is fine. He's actually even at 45. So anything under 3,000 for this card, I would definitely pick it up. That's over 1,000 MT of profit after the tax. That'll help you out a lot. Snipe a couple under 3,000, and then, you know, move up to the higher valued cards, start sniping those, and, you know, so on and so forth. Then you can start, you know, moving up to the Draymond Greens and so on. But start with this one if you don't have a lot of MT, because this one, you can get them for under 3,000. Most people have at least 3,000 MT. If you don't, you can quick sell jerseys and collectibles in your collection, whatever it may be. You can get to 3,000. Coming in next is going to be Grant Williams. This is another card that you need for the challenge. I'm not sure why people don't have Grant Williams cards, because they release them in the daily challenge things for the, you know, the player that's going to come out later, whatever it's called. I can't remember what they're called, but people are still buying this card, and he's up to 15k. So this card's super expensive, and people don't know it, especially me. I mean, if I seen Grant Williams in my collection and I was going to put him on the auction block, I'd probably throw him up for nothing. So at 15k, anything under 12 is going to be a huge dub. I would buy anything under 13, but try to keep it under 12. Anything under 10 is like insane. Obviously, you're going to make a good amount of MT off of that. If you just grab a couple of those, I mean, you can see 20,000 in profit if you grab 4, you know. So that's pretty substantial right there. Next is going to be Joel Embiid. This one is another one that is going to be part of that set, or part of those challenges. People need this card. They need to hit a single 3 with them. So a lot of people are buying him, and he's getting thrown right back up very soon because you need to hit a single 3. So it's not a lot to do. And actually, holy, 2 snipes right there. Oh, didn't want to bid. No. As you can see, there's not a lot of people sitting on these filters, so I just grabbed 2 snipes right there on this Joel Embiid card. As you can see, he's at 7,000, so you can, as you see, these filters do work. There's a ton of them up, so I'm gonna go post both of these right back onto the auction block because they will sell. A lot of people are looking to do these challenges. He's sitting at 7, so I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna post this one at 65, and I'm gonna post the other one at 6, and those will sell very, very soon. They might even sell. Oh, that one almost tried to post it for way more expensive. They might even sell before the end of this video. But that right there is a huge dub. Right in the middle of the video, we see 2 of them pop up. That just goes to show you, these filters do work. They do make you a lot of MT. So what did I pay? I think one was 2,500 and the other one was like 17. And I'm going to make almost 12k from that. So, you know, you go from around 4,000 to 12,000. That's a dub. That's a huge dub. It doesn't cost you a ton, but as you saw there, that one is selling for around 7,000. So if you get them as cheap as I just did, and you've seen 2 of them and they were sitting there because there's not a lot of people sitting on these filters. There's just a ton of money to be made. People need these cards. They have to buy them. So that's why we're out here throwing the prices up. That's what you got to do. You know, you got to be a business person and throw the prices up. Make the money. The next one is going to be Ja Morant. This is another card that they obviously did drop a moments of the month for him before. So this one's not nearly as expensive, but he is sitting around. Ooh, he actually dropped just a little bit. These 2,000 and 3,000 ones are actually kind of snipes. I'm not going to buy him. He sits around 4 to 5. So they're not like snipes, but if this card's sitting around 5, then anything under 3,000 I would buy. I would buy this, but since there's so many of them sitting up right now, this filter might be a dead filter, but I'm going to leave it in the video just in case, because I do think there's a lot of potential for this filter to revive itself. And if it does, he'll be around 5 to 5,500, and that'll be a lot of MT you can make right there. I should buy this card, but like I said, I'm not going to because it might be dead, and I don't want to take that risk. If you think a filter might be dead, don't take the risk. It's really not worth it. Move on to another filter. There's so many in this video that you don't need to take a huge risk. So if you see a filter where it's like there's 5 or 6 of them up for snipes, then I wouldn't buy them. I would just leave them, let it be, because it's just really not worth it. Coming in next is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Another card you need for the challenges, I had a free agent Giannis, so I didn't have to buy him, but as you can see, sitting around 4,000, so anything under 2,500 I would buy. This is another card that if you don't have a ton of MT, you could start out with this one. You can make your way up to, you know, obviously the better cards that you can snipe, you know, like a Dinwiddie or an Achua or Draymond or whatever it may be. You can make your way up. That's how you get to the points of having enough to snipe those. These last two have been in other videos, but I do want to include them because there's still so much you can make. It's simply just going to be the 500 filter. Put your maximum bid on 100,000. Put your minimum or maximum buyout on 500. Come through here and just keep refreshing. Every time you refresh, just take your maximum bid down 50 MT. I think it makes it load quicker. It makes it lag a lot less. There's a lot of people sitting on these filters, so you do have to be quick. You have to pay attention, and you don't want to be lagging. So I think that this helps you. It definitely did in 2K20 and 2K21, and I can't see why it wouldn't help you in this game. I mean, there's no reason for 2K to, I don't even know if you'd call it a patch, but to change something like that. But I mean, it usually just made it tick a little bit quicker. So that right there can make you a ton of MT. You can obviously see any tier of cards in here. You know, you could see gold, or you could see dark matters, or you could see a precious Achua for 500, and then boom, you sell them back for 13K. So now's the perfect time for the 500 snipe filter. And this last one is also one that's been in the last two videos, but it's just too good of a filter to pass up on putting in the video. It's still as strong. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it still is a great filter. These cards are all still selling over 3,000 for the Celtics filter. There's still people trying to complete the Rondo set. As you can see, 3150 seems to be about as cheap as it gets. So anything under 2,300 I would buy. That'll make you a ton of MT right there. Check to see if you have any Celtics cards in your collection. You can sell them back, and yeah, that'll do you a lot. But I want to appreciate everybody for I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and I'm out.